Does this at all affect the position of First Nations on BC's coast when it comes to a new pipeline?
Well, as far as I know, the position from coastal First Nations and many First Nations hasn't changed. I think it seems to be that there's new pressures all the time, including this not only from the Trump administration, but once again from another, I suppose, existential crisis, which could be Venezuela oil coming onto the market. I think it's a long way off. I mean, the existing infrastructure in Venezuela isn't up to, as your previous guests have stated, can't compete with Canada right now. And further to that is the existing infrastructure that Canada already has. TMX isn't utilized to its fullest potential. So I think there's other, issues out there that we have no control over, and nor does any other country. I mean, who's to say that if a new administration, new government comes into Venezuela, that worst case scenario, perhaps there would be a civil war, perhaps there would be other issues that Venezuela has to deal with, especially as a country in its current condition.
And so how concerned are you then, or what are your thoughts on the potential for a threat to Canada's overall economy? If it's not, in the short term anyway, a threat to the oil producers, does it affect Canada's position, for example, in negotiating a new trade deal with the United States? How concerned are you about that?
Well, I think, First Nations should be at the table, especially if it does affect our people. We were at the table during the first discussions of NAFTA 2 or CUSMA. I think, those discussions need to happen in regards to the renewal of CUSMA. I think, in terms of decisions that need to be made, especially in terms of energy, there's a number of projects that will be coming online in British Columbia in terms of alternative energy projects that are really in partnership with First Nations, or perhaps are driven by First Nations, and those decisions are being made by First Nations. So I think if there's any discussions of an oil pipeline or any other infrastructure, First Nations need to be a part of the decision-making process. And these international crises that we're seeing now shouldn't be on the backs of First Nations. We're seeing some real disturbing rhetoric about Greenland. What about the Indigenous peoples there? I think it's really important to have Indigenous peoples at these tables, especially if there's really, I suppose, an existential crisis that is the Trump administration.